What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. Appreciate you taking the time here, bearing with me tonight. Still a little under the weather, drinking tea, getting hot showers, doing all I can. But if my voice gives out or anything, I do apologize. But I appreciate you taking the time here because we've got some great news. Howie, always cooking in the kitchen. Let's effing go, Roseman. I'm pumped up. We talk about, the Eagles always looking to improve the team, certain things that needed to be done, and cornerback was one of those things. So, well, we got ourselves a little trade here, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. The Eagles acquiring Michael Carter II from the Jets. Eagles get him and a seventh rounder in 2027, and then give a sixth rounder in 2027, along with John Metchie to the Jets. So, yeah, we'll talk about that a little more in a second. But speaking on how much he wanted to be part of this team, you see, he actually agreed to get rid of $5 million in guaranteed money for injury in 2026. So that's going to move some money around, do some things to help the Eagles. So fantastic. This dude wants to be an Eagle, wants to come here, compete for a championship, and I'm all about it. So let's effing go. Now, keep in mind, just because this move was made does not mean other things cannot happen. And we're going to take a look at the depth chart and everything else in a second here. But I'll give you everything, my thoughts on this. But I'd love to hear yours, how you feel about this, how you see him fitting in, whatever's on your mind. John Metchie, maybe you're a big fan. I see a lot of people upset about that. Whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear from you. But let's start this bad boy off by getting to know the new cornerback for the Eagles. And we talked about, with the big question mark at cornerback too, who is going to be that guy? And all year we've been talking about it. And we traded for Jacorian Bennett. Then he gets hurt. Now he is about to come off of IR. So very intriguing. Now, Michael Carter II is predominantly a nickel cornerback. He's fast as hell. He's one of the best in tight coverage. I think a couple years ago, he was elite, but he had a back injury. Then 2024, it just kind of got away from him. This year, had his struggles. I mean, not where he was. Let's just put it that way. And, well, let's take a look here, how he's been doing. And, 5 games played for him, 4 of them started, giving up 19.5 yards per catch. Don't like that. But 8 completions on 12 targets, 66.7 completion percentage given up there. But he has 2 passes deflected, 14 tackles, 1 for a loss, 4 missed tackles. Not great because usually he's pretty decent at tackling. For his size, 5'11", 184, he's a pretty solid tackler. 4.36 speed, though. Holy hell. But you can see his PFF rating. Take it all with a grain of salt, but not great. This kid was a steal. And we talked about this is one of those trade pieces that I mentioned to you that could be available that I would go get. And I like this kid, and I will continue talking about why. But looking at last year, even where we talk about his back injury and then his struggles, only 1 start. He played in 13 games, but you can see here, he didn't give up any touchdowns the last couple of years, so that's great. But 8.1 yards per completion, gave up 17 of them, 63 completion percentage there, 1 pass deflected, 1 fumble recovered. He had 5 missed tackles all year, so 4 in the 5 games he's played this year. So don't like that. But again, I think he's pretty tough for his size. I think he fits into the culture of what we're trying to do here. Again, he is a nickel corner. That's where, he got paid after that 2023 season. I think his PFF grade was like 80.4, if you're going off that stuff. But he was really good. And, in that nickel, it's a position of its own, right? And he got paid for it. Like 3-year, $30 million extension. So he signed through 2027. You saw that I posted there about his money. That's going to move some things around next year and all that stuff. And once the actual information comes out about his contract, how it's moving things around, I'll be intrigued to see that. But I'll give you some numbers here at the end of the show. But, adding him to this defense, I think, again, needing help at corner, having injuries, having question marks. Vic Fangio, though, is somebody that knows how to use these versatile pieces. And that's what you get in Michael Carter. Someone that can play inside. He can dabble outside, but hasn't really done that. He can play some safety. He is lined up as, one of those sub-package linebackers. He can do a lot of things. So I think Herschel, I'm telling him. I apologize. My dog just never, ever wants to shut up. But I think, for me, Michael Carter, having that versatility, it's always welcome, in this kind of defense. And he's one of those high IQ guys where we're always looking for smart kids. And at Duke University, he had all kinds of academic accolades there. So somebody that's going to fit in what we're trying to get. And for me, let's take a look at the updated depth chart. And with this injury list, I took Jacorian Bennett off. He's not officially off of IR just yet, but you can see I'm just taking him off because he will be coming back. Here are the rest of the guys that are there, but we'll see when he does return. Now let's take a look at the defense, and I have him just sliding in behind Cooper DeJean. He's got to learn the system here first. I don't know that, he's just starting right away. I would like Jacorian Bennett to come back this week off of IR, get some practice in, and hopefully be that starting guy. We'll find out there, but some of you, want him to be the starter, and if that were to be the case, then Cooper DeJean would move outside. So you'd be looking at Q, Mitch, Coop, and Carter there, and I think it's very intriguing because Michael Carter's really good when healthy, when he's clicking on all cylinders. So can we get that Michael Carter? And I don't know that you traded for him just to use him as a dime, corner, but maybe just for depth purposes, all the things we've had happen, but you can use him. You can move pieces around. It doesn't matter who you want to call starter or whatever. The kid can definitely get some play here. He can help you on special teams, whatever. But now you've got some depth. And Bennett, Jackson, Ringo, I'd like Bennett to be a guy that's used, but I don't know. We'll see. But now with the offense getting rid of John Metchie, we talked about it. One of you asked me if I thought Darius Cooper would get some play. And as I mentioned, before he got hurt, he was getting more play than John Metchie. So I thought he would be that number 4 guy. Yeah, obviously number 3 in the game because AJ was out. But you get Cooper. Now, hopefully, AJ will be ready after the bye. So Cooper's your 4. You got Gibson there as your 5. You got a few guys on the practice squad I'll show you here in a second. But, no more Metchie. So you can see the offense as it sits. And then in the special teams department, we did use Metchie as a kick returner. But now you've got Gibson, you've got Bigsby there. Will Shipley is back. So don't really have a use for him anywhere. It doesn't help you on special teams elsewhere that much that you need him. So John Metchie, great story. Like the kid. Best of luck on the Jets, but we're moving on. And you could see, Terrace Marshall, Britton Covey, Quez Watkins. Maybe they want to elevate someone, see what they've got, but maybe they like Cooper and Gibson as that 4 and 5. I don't know. We shall find out, though. But adding someone like a Michael Carter where you kind of need help at corner, and you could see him mixing in, whereas John Metchie's mixing out. Right? He's going out. So it's a no-brainer move. You swap a 6th and a 7th rounder. So honestly, if he's not starting right away, people are going to lose their minds. But you don't need to because this is just how we move. Getting depth, ensuring that, God forbid anything happen, we are ready. And this kid wants to go out, prove it, get back to that 2023 form, get yourself some starting play. I'm all about it. But let's take a look now how this will affect our cap space and our draft picks. And he has a $4.1 million cap hit right now. Now, the way it works, I was looking at some things. I think we're only going to need a 2.9, but they're moving money around. They're taking $5 million next year. I'm going to wait till the actual numbers come out here till I tell you exactly what it is. But if you were to take that 4.1, let's just go with what it is, and you replace him with the final player on the top 51, 53, you can see that it would be around 7.7. Well, that's what it would be. But again, I think that cap hit might move around. So either way, Eagles got money. If they want to trade or do something else, they still have the ability to do so. And if maybe they get rid of players, they could acquire more cap space. Now, draft picks, we keep moving things around. So I keep trying to keep you up to date with this just so you know. But we've still got 17 picks in the next couple of drafts. And once that next draft starts in 2026, you will get all 7 of those picks in 2028. So during next year's draft, you're going to have 24 picks as ammo, as it stands right now. And as you can see, I've got 3 comp picks, that 3rd, that 4th, and that 5th you can see in 2026. So technically you have 7 right now, but you will have 10 for those compensatory picks. You could see the third added from the Jets. You could see the fifth from the Niners. You could see the Vikings 6th rounder, and then the newly acquired pick from the Jets, the 7th rounder. The first one was for Reddick. And then you can see the 6th rounder in 2027 is either Green Bay or our own, whichever is worse, will be our pick. So, 17 picks is pretty effing good. So if people are upset about giving a 6th in 2027 to get a 7th and then acquiring somebody that'll probably be used and has a much higher upside than the guy you got rid of, I think those people are drifters. So don't listen to them. I'm excited about the move. I think a guy with 4.3, mid 4.3 speed, I'm all about it. I know he had some back issues, but these are the kind of how he moves. Maybe you find a diamond in the rough. Kid's only 26 years old. Still plenty of time to do some things. So welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Michael Carter II. Let me know how you guys feel about this move. Do you think he'll be starting right after the bye? Do you think he needs a few weeks like I do? But do you hope in the end that he is the starter? How do you see things playing out? Who do you have as our starting corners? Maybe a little play with some safety. We talk about the versatility of guys like Makuba, that CJ Gardner-Johnson type, right? We've got them in-house. So younger, and I'm really excited about his upside. So love the move. Love to hear your thoughts on this move. But all I've got for you here tonight, if you need anything, doesn't have to be about the birds, reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. Appreciate you hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up, everything you're doing to support the channel. Really can't thank you enough. We're going to get through this bye week together, I promise you. But got some things coming your way this week and the weekend, so we'll get through. Maybe Howie's going to throw some curveballs and not give me a chance to do these things, but I'll take it either way. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!